Pirates, and welcome to our virtual athletic banquet. First, I want to thank a few people for their generous support of Crandall Athletics. Thank you to the Crandall ISD Board of Trustees and our Central Office Administration for giving us the resources to be successful. Thank you to Ms. Dykeman and our Crandall High School Administration for partnering with coaches to help athletics reach our goals. Thank you to our parents who sacrifice so much to give your kids the opportunities to do the things they love on the fields and courts of Crandall High School. Thank you to our hardworking coaches who pour their sweat and tears into the student athletes of Crandall High School. And finally, to our athletes, thank you for buying into your coaches and the winning culture of Crandall Athletics. This has been a year we won't forget for several reasons. We have continued to accomplish great things in Pirate Athletics with playoff appearances from all sports. We have celebrated many individual accomplishments as well. District championships from girls cross country, football, boys basketball, and girls soccer, along with several individual titles in cross country, powerlifting, track and field, golf, and tennis, allowed Crandall High School to have another fantastic year in athletics. And let's be honest, we all know there would have been several championships this spring in baseball, softball, track and field, tennis, and golf. To our seniors, this was not how you planned to end your senior year, but know we are so proud of all of you and the contributions you've made to Crandall High School. Thank you for 4 years of hard work and great memories. Thank you for setting a standard of excellence and showing our underclassmen what it means to have Pirate pride. Without further ado, let's hear from our extraordinary coaches as they recap another great year in Pirate Athletics.
Hey guys, it's Coach Lover and I am the head volleyball coach at Crandall, and this is my first year at Crandall and my girls made it an unforgettable year. I had an amazing group of young ladies who had the desire to learn and put forth efforts to do just that. I know I came in and I changed the way you played, moved on the court, and how we ran our offense and our defensive schemes. All of you took the time to learn and understand what I was trying to implement. I know it was not easy to change your routine, but I am proud that you all embraced me and what I have to offer with confidence. Each of the awards were voted by each of your teammates. Lady Pirates, it's my honor to announce the awards for this year. The Most Improved. The Most Improved award is one of the highest achievements a player can receive. It considers the work you have done to become a player throughout the season. You have also impacted the team in a positive way. Other words for improvement are advanced, developed, and the upgrade, just to name a few. These words have a positive feel. Advance, moving forward. Development, honoring your skills. Update, moving up a level. And this chance you are able to also be successful in other parts of your life. The Most Improvement Award goes to JC Miller. Offensive Award. The Offensive Award goes to the athlete that has the biggest impact on the offensive part of the game. The athlete has been able to find open spots on the court. She does this by making smart decisions on where and how she will place the ball to score. It doesn't matter if it was a tip or a 10-foot line kill shot. This young lady has made a huge impact on the front row. This year's Offensive Award goes to Gracie White. The Defensive Award. This award goes to an athlete that has made a difference in the back row. This young lady was resilient to let a ball hit the floor. Her body would hit the floor before the ball ever would. She would sprawl out to keep plays alive. With the Defensive Award, a talent that you have is to be able to read what the other team is doing. This athlete would then place herself in the best position possible. This year, the Defensive Award goes to Chloe Pryor. The Blocker Award. The blocker of the team goes to an athlete that is pretty much the wall when they are in the front row. The definition of a block has a couple different meanings. 1, a block can go straight to the floor, earning us a point. Or 2, a good touch that pops up in the air so a teammate can then play it and keep the point alive while upsetting the opposing team's hitter. This year, the Blocker Award goes to 2 people, Wendy Luttrell and Leah Gardner. Outstanding Athlete. This young lady is trained in or skilled in sports requiring physical strength, agility, and or stamina. This also has excelled through the season. A person you can rely on in the middle of the match. The athlete also shows resiliency through the entire season. The outstanding athlete made a significant contributions to the team this year, and this award goes to Carly Wickersham. And last but not least, the MVP, the most valuable player. The athlete is the heart and soul of the team. She always puts forth more than 100% of her efforts and leads her team verbally and non-verbally. This MVP shows versatility, assist, leadership, and unwavering commitment. Versatility. Not only could you keep up as a player in your position, but you wanted to learn more about others. Assist. You're always willing to assist other teammates, and you do it in a manner that you uplift the other players around you. Leadership. You are filled with passion, determination, and grit, and that's what drives your leadership. Unwavering commitment. Committed to the players through conflicts and resolves obstacles. You challenge the others to take the next step. This year's MVP is Lane Scheller. Congratulations to all the girls who have won an award. You all deserve it, and I appreciate all the efforts everybody else has put into this season. Can't wait for next one.
Hey Pirates, what's up? This is Coach Holmes, head girls basketball coach here at Crandall High School, and I'm here today to present the team awards for our season. Before I begin, I'd like to first just talk about a few things that transpired as we went through the year. First of all, for the 27th straight year, our team made the playoffs. What an amazing accomplishment that is. And although the ending in that game was not what we wanted, you can rest assured that we'll be back very strong next year, and we're looking forward to the season. Hopefully we can get the girls back in the gym and back in the weight room and start preparing for that here pretty quickly. All right, on to the awards. I have 6 awards to give out. Every one of these ladies are super deserving, but I also want to say those that were not awarded a specific award this year were an amazing asset to our team, and those ladies are an integral part to what we did this year. This first award is our Offensive Player of the Year. And I'm just gonna say, you know, there's nothing more rewarding for a coach than to not have to teach effort, to not have to micromanage their work ethic. And these statements hold true for this young lady. She truly loved to play the game. She loved her teammates. She loved coming into the gym. She always had a smile on her face. She greeted me every day with, "Hey, Coach Holmes." Just a refreshing young lady. I watched her blossom into a very confident shooter throughout really the 3 years that I've been here, but in particular this year. She went from a young lady that just kind of stood out on the perimeter waiting for a pass to come to her, and I watched her go from that to a player that expanded her game. She was shooting pull-up jumpers, she was driving to the basket. She was just super confident in her role on the team as someone that we needed to score. She led our team in three-point shooting, and you know, at the end of the game, she was always someone that I looked to give us a bucket if we needed it. I have enjoyed watching her develop. I am looking forward to seeing what the future holds for her. She's going to be greatly missed. We have some amazing young ladies that are coming behind her that are going to be able to fill that position, but we wish her the best going forward. So I would like to announce our 2019-2020 Offensive Player of the Year Award to Miss Allie Jones. Giving this next young lady our Defensive Player of the Year Award for many reasons, but the one thing that stands out most was her willingness to be there for her teammates, which in basketball we call that help side or midline. She was just always there. She would talk to her teammates throughout the game, whether she was on the bench or on the court. She would let them know, hey, I'm there, I've got your back. She never hesitated to step in and take a charge, which in practice was always something that we laughed at when we would do our charge drill. Another very poignant time that stands out for me as a coach was this. And when things like this are said, you know that you have a great player on your hands. You have a great teammate. The other team had made a substitution, and I felt that I needed to make a substitution for a matchup reason. Nobody had done anything wrong, but because of a matchup issue, I felt like I needed to make a substitution. So I sent Avery Carey to the table to sub in for this young lady. She comes out of the game. I pull her over to me as I try to do on all substitution. I said, hey, you're doing great. You didn't do anything wrong. Just saw a matchup situation out there, so I needed to make a substitution. She says back to me, and this tells you a lot about her, Coach, let Avery play. I'm not even doing really good right now. She's playing better than me. Just leave her in there. I said back to her, no, you're doing fine. But wow, I really appreciate you saying that. Things like that, you know that you have created a player or that a player is a teammate. She wants the best for the team. And this was just one of many things that happened throughout the course of the year. This young lady is loyal. She was a great teammate, but she was an even better person. She's going to be missed. Her energy is going to be missed. And I'm just looking forward to what the future holds for her as well. I would like to announce our 2019-2020 Defensive Player of the Year Award to Miss Krista Simmons. I'm going to be honest. This next young lady was not even on our radar as a sophomore, or really even as a junior. She was behind, and I was not sure what her contributions would be as a varsity player going into her senior year. As a junior, she saw very little playing time. But after that season came to an end, I saw something in her. A fire was lit. You know how when you finally hit that, oh dang, I've got 1 year left phase? Well, it hit her, and it hit her really hard. I remember having a discussion with her about what her role would be going into her senior year, and I told her exactly what the expectations would be. And as we went through off season, I could see that she was getting it. She was coming into her own. She was gaining confidence. She was working very hard on her skills. She was very diligent in the weight room, and she was working hard at getting in shape and getting conditioned to contribute as a senior. As those things started to take place, you could see the confidence and the belief in herself start to grow as well. It was kind of like watching a little flower bloom when you water it. She was becoming a better player that we saw as someone who would help us in being successful in the upcoming season. I am not sure I've ever seen a player improve to the extent that she did in one short year. That summer prior to her senior season, she attended Pirates Course. She was at all of our open gyms. She attended summer skill sessions. And because of that, things started coming together for her. It was finally her time, and I think she realized that. She went from not seeing the court as a junior to starting at different times throughout the season. She was shooting threes, she was rebounding, she was handling the ball, and she was knocking down that short corner jumper that she was so well known for. This young lady has an amazing future ahead of her. We're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss her spirit in practice. And without further ado, I'd like to announce that our 2019-2020 Most Improved Player goes to Miss Avery Carey. Okay, the next award is going to two young ladies. And as they both are deserving of this honor, but in order for me to say that in order for me to say all that I need to say, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you who these two young ladies are. The first one is Renette Moreland. The second one is Alexis Rodriguez. I'm gonna start with Renette. If you know Renette, if you've ever been to a practice, if you've ever paid attention to her on the bench during games, if you've ever seen her in the stands as just a simple spectator, then you know what I'm about to say. She is a tried and true teammate. She loves her team. She wants her team to be successful. She wants her teammates to shine. She takes pride in being the cheerleader in practice. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen her by herself without any instruction from me or anyone else in the gym go to a teammate who was having a bad practice or even a bad game and get them back to a positive mindset. She just always had a way of saying the right thing or doing the right thing in practice to get those to get the player to refocus on the goal. She's a hard worker. She's passionate about the game. She loves her coaches. Excuse me. She loves the atmosphere of the gym. She loves walking into the gym. She is a basketball player through and through. If I had to use one word to describe Renette, it would be relentless. because she never stops. She never gives up. So I would like to, nope, I'm gonna move on to the next young lady, sorry. The next young lady, which I said was Alexis Rodriguez, is truly one of my most favorite people on this campus. Alexis, I cannot say enough about you as a young lady, a teammate, a player, or a student. I know we both had big plans for you going into your senior year, and I will never forget being at Midlothian Heritage at the football game, sitting in the press box and getting the telephone call from your mom saying that you were in a car accident with a possible broken hand. I remember looking over next to me at Christy Carey in absolute disbelief. My heart was broken for you because I knew then that you would probably miss at least half of your senior season, and I knew how disappointing that would be for you, myself, and your family. You never know how players will react to injuries that sideline them like that. But to no surprise, Alexis was at every practice every single day, and she wasn't sitting in the stands. She was up, engaged, helping her teammates with drills, being a passer for me in drills. She was a dummy defender. She was completely invested and all in. She was always present and never wavered in her commitment to being a part of the team. That is not always the case when a player can't participate. My best memory of Alexis was when she returned from injury, playing in her first game back over the Christmas break, and she knocked down 2 3-pointers. I will never forget the response from the stands or her teammates when that happened. It was absolutely one of the most awesome things that I've been a part of as a coach. Alexis, you have inspired me, and I know you will continue to inspire others as you move forward into your life. Alexis, thank you for your commitment to our team, to me as your coach, and to this program. I want to announce our Lady Pirate Award winners as Renette Moreland and Alexis Rodriguez. This next award goes to one of the most decorated athletes at Crandall High School, Miss Kamaya Linton. Kamaya, I hope you understand the legacy that you are leaving. You are not only a phenomenal student who took pride in her schoolwork, but you're an amazing athlete. On top of that, you're an amazing person. You're going to be greatly missed, and I wish you the absolute best as you go on to run track at Houston Baptist. One of the most disappointing things for me this year was not getting to see you run your senior year. I was looking forward to going down to Austin to watch you run in the state track meet, but I know that down at Houston Baptist you're going to do amazing things, so I wish you the best of luck. Although her stats did not always reflect it at times, Kamaya was one of the most valuable members of our team. She was a 3-year starter. She played point guard for us for those 3 years. This year she stepped into a different role, and as we tried to get the ball into her hands a little bit more and give her some freedom offensively. I want you to know, Kamaya, how much I depended on you, how highly I think of you as an athlete and a person. You're given this award, you are being given this award because of that. Because of me knowing that I always had Kamaya Linton on the court, and when I needed something done, I could call on Kamaya Linton to get it done. You've hit many big shots in your career, and it would be impossible to choose one. I can recall so many times that you stepped up and made plays that sent us into a scoring run. The many times that your ball handling skills got us out of a sticky situation, or a great defensive play stop the other team from taking the lead. Your contributions to our program do not go unnoticed and will not go unrecognized. Thank you, Kamaya, for all of your hard work, and we wish you the absolute best of luck as you move forward in your athletic career. Our 2019-2020 Playmaker Award winner goes to Miss Kamaya Linton. Last but not least, a force came onto the scene this year, a freshman who immediately made her mark. She led our team in scoring and in rebounds, and it was a unanimous selection as the district newcomer of the year. She averaged a double-double this season, which put her in the top 20 in the DFW area. She immediately changed the game for us as an inside presence who could run the floor and score easy layups, as well as a defensive presence on the inside who forced other teams to rethink their schemes when involved attacking the basket. One thing that always separates those who are good from those who are great is their work ethic. And when one gets a little taste of success at a higher level, it fuels them to work even harder. I have watched this young lady go from someone who was accustomed to things being easy, accustomed to be able to dominate, to being able to dominate, to someone who recognized that in order to compete and excel against the best, you must prepare as though you will see the very best every game. I remember stopping practice one day and taking her to my office and explaining to her in a very nice way that she needed to step her game up, that it was time to stop being a freshman and it was time to start carrying us. Needless to say, I never had to have that conversation with her again. We look forward to watching this young lady grow as an athlete, as a student, and as a person. Our 2019-2020 Most Valuable Award winner is Miss Tatum West. As we close out this year, I want to tell my 5 seniors how much I love you and appreciate you. Your contributions to our program are endless, and I thank each of you for your commitment. The ending that you and your families have spent so many years planning for was literally snatched away overnight, and it is heartbreaking that you are not able to finish out your high school careers with your peers. You have left a legacy with our program, a legacy of hard work, of being great teammates, and of being great students. I have no doubt that your teammates will carry those traits with them as they move into next year. Everyone stay safe, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Coach Short with boys basketball, and I want to get started with our boys basketball banquet awards and season awards. I'd like to thank a few people first. I'd like to thank God for all of his blessings and the opportunity to coach here. Crandall's a great place. We have great kids, and it's a wonderful place to coach. We're blessed to be here. I'd like to thank my wife and kids for their support. Our coaching staff did a great job this year, as usual. Our booster club, our mom club, our administration, we're all a great team this year, really supported us. And then lastly, but not least, our youth basketball organizations with Coach Frazier and Coach Kohler. They do great work for our young kids and getting them going. And so we're grateful for everything that they do to help our program. Some quick season highlights. Number 1, we reeled off 8 consecutive district wins this year on varsity. It's hard to do. Our district record this year on high school, our 3 high school teams were 26-4 in district. Our middle school teams were 49-6. That is a total combined district record of 75-10 on the season. That's a phenomenal accomplishment. Our sub-varsity coaches and our middle school coaches have a lot to be proud of, and we're grateful for all of the program success top to bottom. The last highlight I want to address was our 3rd straight consecutive district title for the first time in the 90-plus year history of our program. It was really hard to do. It's hard to finish first. It's hard to finish first 2 times in a row. It's really hard to finish first 3 times in a row. And that's a testament to our coaches and our kids and the whole organization that I've already thanked. We all get to share in that success, but I want to make it clear that during that 3-year stretch, we were 30-4 with this group of kids. 30-4 in district for 3 consecutive years is utter domination, and we're really proud of all that they did during that stretch. Our coaches, Coach Budke, Alex Budke is our JV and varsity assistant. Our freshman coaches were Mark Wright and Michael Besselman. Our middle school coaches were Jeremy Mitchell, Patrick Lukey, Taurus Williams, and Keith Wagler. Those guys all did a great job. We have a phenomenal staff, and I'm really proud of them. It's one of the reasons why I love being here. I get to work with great people. I'd like to roll into our player introductions. Our sophomores, we had 1 sophomore this year. His name was Billy Swanson. He was the 13-4A newcomer of the year. Our juniors were Malik Huff, Lamarck Sims, Jashun Brannon, and Bo Bragg. Bo Bragg was a TABC all-region selection, and he was our 13-4A MVP of the year. Our seniors, Jared Collard, gave an outstanding effort this season. He's a fine young man, great work ethic, big heart, and we're going to miss him, his heart, and his energy this year. Colson Lennon. Colson is another fine young man with great character that sacrificed greatly to help our team this year any way that he could. He was a great member of our team, and we were blessed to have him during his career here, and we will miss him. Lamont Williams had a great season as our point guard. He was an excellent floor general and an excellent leader, had great leadership qualities, extremely unselfish, and we're definitely going to miss his leadership this year as well. Stephen Dearman was a first-team all-district selection for 13-4A. Stephen had a great year shooting the ball. He was a 4-year varsity player. The other schools are definitely going to be glad he's graduating, but our coaching staff and our program is definitely going to miss you. John Harrison was a second-team all-district selection, and he was also a TABC academic all-state selection. John really played well late in the season, found a good groove, shot the ball well late in the year, really helped us in transition, and I'm really, really proud of how well he developed this year and how much he did help our team, and I'm really proud of him. We're going to miss him as well. Last but definitely not least is Hagen Ondersek. Hagen was our student assistant. His impact was immeasurable, and we are definitely going to miss him as he graduates as well. These seniors have done a wonderful job getting our program to new heights, helping us with that District 3-peat. Like I said, we knew it was going to be hard to win 3 in a row, but these seniors, they battled a lot of adversity. This team battled a lot of adversity. We dealt with a lot of injuries, and we just found a way to grind it out, and I'm really proud of these guys, and we're going to miss these seniors and the contribution that they had to our program. I have a few team awards I would like to give out at this point. The All-Region Awards were decided by the All-Region Committee. The District 13 Awards were voted on by the District 13 head coaches, and due to COVID-19, the following program Banquet Awards were voted on by our coaches. Okay, the first award was not voted on by our coaches, but was voted on by TABC, and this is the Student Assistant of the Year for the state of Texas by Texas Association of Basketball Coaches, and that goes to Hagen Ondersek. It is a phenomenal award, and he is the only student assistant to ever score 4 points in a district game and earn a letter, and we're very, very proud of Hagen, and we're proud of that accomplishment.
My name is Coach Salinas. I have had the pleasure of coaching girls powerlifting for the last 5 years, and it's a wonderful thing to say that we have taken the program from having, my first year I think we had 6 lifters, and now we were at 19 lifters, and you can only have 11 lifters at a meet, and so we actually had to split the meets up between the lifters, and I just think that's an amazing problem to have. I'm going to list off the roster, and then I will talk about my awards. Ryan Barnett, Abby Canada, Martina Chang, Javen Crawford, Jordan Garcia, Brooklyn Irby, Anna Kohler, Kaylee Kohler, Abby Larry, Madison Lene, Kaysen Noctegal, Danira Pelaez, Marlene Ponce, Riley Reed, Lisbeth Salazar, Scarlett Smith, Maggie Urbanski, and Shayna Zamaron. I hope that all of these athletes will be returning. We had a couple of seniors that I am going to be sad to not see next year, but I'm just really proud of the success and the growth that the program has experienced, and seeing the girls overcome their difficulties and all these obstacles in the weight room. They lift so much weight, and it's just an amazing thing to watch. So with that being said, I have 2 awards. I have Most Improved and Outstanding Lifter. The lifter who is receiving the Most Improved award is a junior. She started lifting with me her freshman year, and she was one of those athletes who probably shouldn't have been in powerlifting because she had never done any kind of physical activity. It was a total shock for her to even, do anything, lift any kind of weight whatsoever. And just to see where she has come now is really a beautiful thing. Her goal this year was to make it to regionals for the first time ever, and she actually was successful in doing that. It was a joy coaching her, even though she was stressed more than anyone I've ever seen. But the Most Improved Lifter goes to Shayna Zamaron. My next award is Outstanding Lifter, and this athlete, outstanding is probably the smallest way to talk about how amazing she is. She is one of the strongest girls I have ever seen at any meet for her size. She is mentally tough. She pushes through everything that she does, and it's just amazing to watch her lift. She's going to go to UNLV next year and play softball, and I cannot wait to hear how impressive she is in the weight room still as they challenge her as an athlete. Our outstanding lifter goes to Riley Reed. So with that being said, I've been very blessed to coach this team for the last 5 years, and I can't wait to see their success next year. My name is Coach Salinas. I am the head softball coach here at Crandall High School. I have been coaching softball for the last 5 years. This year was obviously cut short due to COVID-19, and what a shame that is that we were cut short. We had a promising season, and I hate to think about how successful we could have been. We went 8-4. We beat 5 and 6A teams that were the top teams in the state. The girls played together so well, and it was so promising what we had ahead of us, and we didn't even make it to district. And I'm pretty confident that we were going to run through district and continue with our undefeated district champs. And unfortunately we weren't able to, but there were moments of greatness that we saw early in the season, and I'm so glad that we got to at least experience that. So what I'm going to do is list off the varsity roster, and then I'm going to talk about our awards and their recipients. We have Carmen Bass, Jody Epperson, Hannah Jones, Zariah London, Alex Miller, Jessica Mullins, Kaysen Noctegal, Lindsay Page, Scarlett Perez, Riley Reed, Sarah Smith, Presley Spivey, Melanie Warren, Kaylee White, and Carly Wickersham. In that group we had 6 seniors, and all 6 seniors had a part in this entire program, and they dedicated 4 years to softball. Some have been playing softball all of their life, and they're going to continue to play softball in college, and I can't wait to support their college softball experiences. I'm bummed that the seniors had to have their season cut short when all we do is look forward to my senior night and finishing our last home game and getting to take that last walk around the bases with your parents, and your last first round of playoffs. All these things that were supposed to happen got cut short for them, and it breaks my heart for our seniors. So it's just really unfortunate. But with that being said, I'm going to go through our awards. I actually let the girls vote for some of these awards, and Coach Schuster and I agreed with their decisions. So the girls actually got to vote for Heart and Soul, and the recipient of the Heart and Soul Award is somebody who, when I say heart and soul, I think somebody who that's Crandall softball. She gives her all to Crandall. She does everything right as an athlete. She does everything right as a student. She's passionate. She is a leader. She's a captain. She's somebody who I can look towards and say, okay, she is going to help me make the right decision with her team's best interest in mind if I ever, seek some kind of influence from the athletes. And the Heart and Soul Award is going to Alex Miller, and I can't imagine it going to anybody else. She is an amazing young woman, and I think that this award fits her perfectly. Most Improved was voted on by the teammates as well, and we also agreed. This award goes to a softball player who, as a freshman, she didn't have much of a role with the team, and I think she accepted that beautifully, and she was capable of really playing anywhere, and she didn't have the opportunity to, and she just ran with it, and she was positive, and she supported her teammates. And then we came into sophomore year, and she started to get to play, and she started to have a role, and she started to influence her teammates on the softball field as well as off the softball field. And then this year, her junior year, she was just she's developed. Now she's ready to go. She's ready to show us what she has, and she did that well, and I had all the faith in her to be successful throughout the rest of the season. But the Most Improved Award goes to Scarlett Perez. Our best hitter goes to an athlete who probably, what I would say, has one of the most powerful swings that I have ever seen. The perfect, the perfect in the box presence as an athlete. She is very, very critical of herself. She wants to be perfect, but she also wants to have fun, and she's capable of having fun. And when she does let herself have fun, that's when the magic happens. And with a .594 batting average, the Best Hitter Award goes to Carmen Bass. We have the Golden Glove Award. The Golden Glove Award is going to an athlete who I can say, I truly, if the ball is hit in her direction, it is an out all day. She makes these amazing plays. She's got such range. She could make a catch all the way out in the outfield while playing infield. When she's behind the plate, I know that she's going to be a wall, and she's going to be solid, and she's going to protect the bases. It's just really, if it's hit to her, I don't even have to watch the play unfold. I know that it's an out, especially when it's a third out. I just get up off my bucket. But the Golden Glove Award goes to Carly Wickersham. The MVP, I allowed the girls to vote for this, and then I compared their answer to stats, and they hit the nail on the head. Our MVP is going to go to an athlete who can probably play every position on the softball field. She was our leadoff batter this year. I actually didn't let her hit last year, which shame on me. I didn't know what I was missing. She came in not wanting to be a pitcher and just completely dominating on the mound because I asked her to, which sometimes was a little bit of a struggle, but she still did it even though she didn't want to, and she did it well, surprisingly, and she's just amazing. I really could probably stick her in any position and she'd play it well, or if not better than anybody on the other team that we were facing. So I think that's a pretty impressive thing. As a pitcher, she had 32 strikeouts in 6 games. As my leadoff batter, she had a .500 batting average, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs, and 9 stolen bases. And the home runs, the RBIs, and the stolen bases were leading our team in stats. So without a doubt, the MVP goes to Jody Everson. Our last award is the Coaches Award. This award is just one that the coaches usually just decide on to give to an athlete for just really giving us their all, giving us their work every single day, coming and showing up and just doing what they were supposed to do. And because our season was cut short and because things were taken away from these athletes that they should have been able to experience, our Coaches Award is going to go to all 6 seniors: Kaysen Noctegal, Lindsay Page, Riley Reed, Fernanda Roel, Mallory Smith, and Carly Wickersham. I can't think of anyone more deserving for this award, and I'm happy that they're going to receive their plaques for this, and I just really, it breaks my heart that their season was cut short. So I look forward to following their successes as they branch out into the world as young women, and I look forward to seeing how well our softball program continues to be in the future.
Hey guys, this is Coach Shepard, the head boys powerlifting coach. I'm here to present the awards for this past season. This year we had a great year. We had a lot of new faces who have a bright future, who continue to get better throughout the year. We also had a lot of guys that returned that had a lot of experience. We had 4 regional qualifiers. Those regional qualifiers were Tommy Crockett, Diego Mendez, Trace Woodruff, and David Omasigo. We also had 2 state qualifiers. They were Trace Woodruff and David Omasigo. For the awards this year, the most improved lifter, this guy was very competitive. He was in a very tough weight class. He had to overcome some illness this year, and he's a very hard-working kid who is a perfectionist about his lifts. He had the best deadlift in the region, and of course he was a state qualifier, and that award goes to Trace Woodruff. The most outstanding lifter goes to a guy that had to balance a lot of things during the season this year, between track and off season, as well as the sport of powerlifting. He's one of the hardest workers on the team. He's very dedicated to what he does, and he put up some very good numbers this year and showed some huge improvement through each meet this year. He was also a state qualifier. And the most outstanding lifter goes to David Omasigo. Congratulations to those two guys. I hope everybody's staying safe. Can't wait to see y'all again. Y'all have a good summer.
My name is Coach Lewis. I'm the head girls soccer coach. Very proud of these girls this year. They went 16-6-2. They were district champs with an 8-0 record, getting cut off short with the last 2 games. I'm going to award 4 awards today. Our first award is the Most Improved Award. The Most Improved Award goes to a young lady who has battled back from injury. She was released in November to start playing soccer. She came out and she did a great job for us. Your Most Improved Player of the Year goes to Alyssa Epp. Our next award is our Offensive Player of the Year award. This young lady did amazing things on the field. She scored off corners. When you didn't see her jumping up, she would head him in, or she'd use her body to put him in the goal. She's only 5'4", maybe 5'5". She had 12 goals. She had 14 assists. She led the team with assists. She was an all-around player for us on offense. Our offensive MVP goes to Grace Cox. Congratulations, Grace. Our next award is our Defensive Player of the Year award. This is exciting. I think this is the first time ever that this has happened. But our defensive award goes to our goalie, who saved us a bunch this year. Matter of fact, when we played Caddo Mills the second round, we went into PKs. She saved the first 2 PKs, and she did a wonderful job for us. She's your district goalie of the year. Congratulations, Defensive Player of the Year, Muna Nadozi. Our Most Valuable Player award. This award goes to a young lady who has done it all. From balancing basketball, track, and soccer, and along with her grades. She has battled with all of us. She scored 19 goals on the season. She had 12 assists. She shot 66% on goal. Your most valuable player for the season 2020 for your Lady Pirates is Cameron Carey. Congratulations.
Hi guys, it's Coach Monson, head boys soccer coach. I'm here to present the soccer awards for the 2019-2020 season. This season we had a great year. We finished with an overall record of 11-9-2. We finished 3rd in district with a record of 4-2-1, making it the 6th consecutive year to make the playoffs. My first award is the Golden Boot. The Golden Boot usually goes to the highest scorer or the best scorer on the team. This player led the team with 19 goals, breaking the school record this year. The Golden Boot award goes to Jesse Martinez. Good job, Jesse. My next award is the Offensive MVP. Offensive MVP goes to the player that makes the plays on the field, the best playmaker on the team. This player broke the school record this year with 11 assists, also broke the school record with 19 goals. The Offensive MVP award goes to Jesse Martinez. My next award is the Defensive MVP. The Defensive MVP goes to obviously the best defensive player, but goes to somebody who doesn't panic in any situation, does everything in his power to not allow a goal by the other team. This year, the Defensive MVP goes to Jacob Henderson. Congratulations, Jacob. The last award is the Relentless Award.
Hi everybody, it's Coach Leager and Coach Hammond, and we are here to give the 2019-2020 tennis awards. This is not the way we pictured award night being by far, but we're going to try and focus on the positive and take care of business like we always try and tell you guys. So we've got some things we'd like to go over today. We want to first start off by, instead of the season that get cut short, we're going to talk about the positives that we had, and the first thing we need to focus on is really what we ended on. And this group of young men and women in the fall ended up with a regional quarterfinal finish, and that was the very last thing that this team did together. And it's something that goes down in school history as having happened the first time ever. So that's a foundation to the program, and we couldn't be more happy or more pleased. If you have to go out on a note, then that's the note to go out on, is to leave a legacy, which is what each and every one of these kids did, including the kids in our JV program that we're looking excited. We're looking forward to having them come back and build on to what we did this year. The individual awards are not easy awards for us because we always preach team, and so the awards themselves, it's a good problem to have, but it's also a tough thing to come up with individual awards. But we'll get to it now. On the girls' side, our most improved comes from a young lady who will be back next year. We're looking forward to that. She's part of the drill team. She started out on JV a couple of years ago, and she started out on the JV this year as well. And then she's one of those that you tell her, hey, we need you on varsity this week. We need you to play doubles. Next week we need you to play mixed doubles. And the only answer she has is, where do you need me and what do you need me to do? And we love having those kind of athletes. They don't come around every day. But this year's most improved is Ariel Watson. Our Hustle Award also is not an easy award to give because we got a lot of kids that get after it. And our Hustle Award also, a young lady who'll be back next year. This young lady, the only thing I can tell you about her is she keeps a smile on her face all the time. She's she stays light on everything that she does. She's got a very short memory, which is great in tennis. She makes a mistake, she shakes it off. She hits a good shot, she shakes it off. You may not know what she did the last point because she's very even-keeled. And we're not surprised to see her get to some things that she gets to, but I think she surprises herself sometimes. But she's to the point where it really doesn't even surprise us much anymore because of the way that she hustles, is Leah Anderson. The Coaches Award, another young lady coming back next year. This one's an award that I guess the best way to sum up the Coaches Award is, could this young lady be in the role of being a coach? We ask her to do things, and she's already got it figured out what she needs to do, who she needs to tell where, and to be doing what. And her communication skills have really grown this year. She's one of the better students that I've had in my entrepreneurship class, and really surprised me. But she's going to do some great things off the court. But this year's Coaches Award goes to Jolene DeHarg. And then last for the girls, but not least, is our MVP. Our MVP goes to a young lady that is the foundation of the program. This young lady is going to be there's going to be some big shoes to fill. There's no replacing this young lady. You're thankful for for the time we've had to coach her, and she's done a great job. She's been the foundation. She gets irritated. I haven't seen anybody more competitive than this young lady in tennis in the years that I've been coaching. She's been just a great person as well to have out there on the court. We wouldn't be the same without her. But our foundation for the program on the girls' side and our MVP is Taylor Sanders. And now Coach Hammond will introduce the boys' side.
So on to our boys' awards. We're going to start with the most improved boy of the year. And this young man, from the time we saw him to the time that we ended our last match or game, this young man has drastically improved, and it would have been nice to really see how far he would have gone if we would have been able to continue our season. And this young man is Isaiah Augie Cardenas, most improved boy of the year. The next award is the Hustle Award, and this young man, no matter what we ask him to do, no matter what drill we do, game we do, no matter what match we face, or no matter what person he encounters, he always gives 110%. And this young man, for our Hustle Award, goes to Connor Giles. Coaches Award, as Coach Leager stated, someone that we can depend on, who's trustworthy, who, if we need someone to step in and help out, lead, that's this young man. And not only is this man, a young man, this year's valedictorian, but he is definitely one of the most dependable students that we have on our tennis team. And so this year's Coach's Award goes to Connor Hill. Our most valuable player for our boys is one who is literally the most valuable player that we would say that we have. And Coach Leager would agree with me on this, that we would probably say that all of our players are most valuable, and they are. But this one young man is special. When we needed to depend on him, when we needed to depend on a win, we could depend on him. And so this year is our most valuable player, Caden Lang. So those are our boys awards, but we have a few other awards to give as well. And those are for our seniors. Being a tennis player, being an athlete, is not just being an athlete, it's a student athlete. Someone who works in the classroom and on the court, on and off the court. We've got to have those kind of players. The Texas Tennis Coaches Association, the TTCA, has an academic all-state award. And this year, 5 of our seniors completed the requirements. 5 completed the requirements to receive the academic all-state award. And this award goes to Zach Gerard, Connor Hill, Caden Lang, Taylor Sanders, and Layla Stewart. These 5 individuals we can depend on court, but we can also depend on them in the classroom. They take care of business, and then it's a joy to have them on the court because we don't have to worry about anything, any passing grades or failing grades. They take care of business. Thank you so much for this wonderful season and the privilege that Coach Leager and I have had to work with your kids, your children. We truly do look forward to being able to see them back on the court, hopefully sooner than later. And we can't wait to see what our players have in store for us in the future. Thank you.
We love and miss you guys, Pirates.
Hi guys, it's Coach Banks, and I'm here to present the Lady Pirates Track Awards. And this year, we even though we didn't get to finish out our season the way we wanted, we ended varsity girls placing 2nd at the Carl Norris Relays. JV girls also placed 3rd. And then both teams won the meet at Forney, so I'm super, super proud of them for those accomplishments. Now to present some awards. Our first award is going to go to a young lady who started off the season on JV, but within a week we saw her potential and moved her up to varsity. She jumped 4.8, and then the next week she jumped and cleared 5.2 in the high jump. So she has a tremendous amount of potential, and the most improved athlete award is going to go to Tatum West. This next award is going to go to a young lady who has a whole lot of fight in her every day. Every time she steps on the track, she competes, even when she was sick. I look forward to seeing what she can do the next several years, the next 2 years actually, moving up competition. The Fighting Heart Award is going to go to Maddie Cox. And then this last award is going to 2 young ladies. First young lady, she was selected as the team's captain this year, even though she was just a freshman. Every practice she led from the front, and it showed during her competitions and her races. Again, she has a whole lot of potential the next few years that she'll be here. The most valuable athlete award, it goes to Nikendall Simmons. And then finally, this next young lady started this season off after basketball, and then came in with a whole lot of purpose every time she stepped on the track. And that purpose was to meet and reach her goals. Without a doubt, if the season had continued, she would have broke her 400-meter record. She would have helped break the 4x4 meter record. And then she probably would have even broken the 800-meter record. So I look forward to seeing what she can do the next few years at Houston Baptist. The most valuable athlete award also goes to Kamaya Lynn. So I just want to thank all you ladies for your time and your effort. I want to thank you coaches for your support and helping to push these ladies to their potential. and I look forward to doing some great things next year. Thanks.
It was a great start to what was being anticipated as a very, very successful season. And it breaks my heart, especially for the seniors, because this was my first senior class. This was the first group that were freshmen when I got here. So I love those guys. They've worked really hard for all these years, and it's been really good to be around them. So I want to tell a little bit of a story as we tell the awards, and I want to start with the Fighting Heart Award. This one goes to a guy that does lots of things, and he does lots of things really well. But he really committed more than ever as a senior this year to really do all the things that he does even better. And he was really, really getting good. And I know it broke his heart, it broke mine too, but the Fighting Heart Award goes to Luke Spitzer, and I'm extremely proud to give him that award. It means something to me, and I know it will to him as well. The next award I would like to give is called the Most Improved. Now this kid, good grief, he does so many different things. He ran cross country for the first time for us this year, and got better and better and better. Probably didn't like it very much, but you know, hey, he kept sticking with it, and he understood how much better he was getting, and it was going to help us and help him for this track season. And he triple jumped for us. He had the second best jump in the state in 4A. His high jump improved. His long jump was getting there. His sprinting was improving. He had to battle through a little bit of an injury. He also just texted me yesterday and told me that he is going to Prairie View A&M to run track and field there. So congratulations to Xavier Hurd. And you are the Most Improved Award winner. And last but not least, another young man that has worked extremely hard for all 4 years that I've known him. One of the hardest working kids I've ever been around, truly. He tries to master his craft for sure. Does nutrition right, does workouts right, does things right. He was on track to have a great senior season this year. Again, it breaks my heart for him. He had the best time in the 800 coming into the region. He had the second fastest 400 time coming into the region. And he anchored a very, very, very good mile relay, which, by the way, all three of these boys had run on. That was also the second fastest time in our region. So, I mean, we had some really good opportunities to do some really good things. Unfortunately, it didn't get to happen. But the most valuable player for us was also, and by the way, Xavier Hurd was named a team captain by his peers, just to let you know, that's very important. The most valuable player / runner for us was also unanimously, every kid in our program that I asked, who named me 2 people that you wanted to be captains. Well, there was one unanimous captain, and it was Logan Moffitt. There was not one kid on our track team that did not vote for Logan to be their captain. And rightly so. To me, it means a lot to be selected as a captain by your peers, and him and Xavier both were. But I can't say enough about this kid. He's going to Dallas Baptist University to continue his track career, which is a great place to go. I'm excited for him, and I know he'll do great things. So our most valuable player is Logan Moffitt. Thanks for your time.
Hello, Pirate Nation. Coach Bateman. Coming to you to announce our golf awards and talk a little bit about our golf program and some of our accomplishments this spring. It was a really difficult spring for golf. Had a lot of rain early on in spring and didn't get to practice very much, which kind of affected us at some of our early tournaments. And then, of course, with the COVID-19 coronavirus, we didn't get to finish our season, which is unfortunate because I really felt like we were building towards winning the boys and girls district championship this year, which was exciting for our program. But just real quick, just want to talk about our golf team. This year had the most golfers that I've had as the golf coach. Had 11 total golfers. Had a couple on injured reserve, but starting with our freshmen, had 3 freshman boys Clayton Browning, Zakiah Hamilton, and Hayden Wallace. All of those guys were really getting better as our season went on, and really looking forward to continuing to work with them next season and to see how their golf game develops. In our sophomore class, we had one girl, Britton Barber, Bootsy, as I like to call her. She was injured pretty much the entire season and didn't get to play any tournaments, but I know she's excited about coming back next year and hopefully being healthy so she can compete in our golf tournaments. Our boys, sophomore boys, Jackson Eskridge and Preston Williams, both of those guys, again, made a lot of improvements, really starting to play much better our last few tournaments until we were cut off with the coronavirus. In our junior class, only one girl, one boy. I had Jolene Miharg and Garrett Barney. Really started to play well towards the end of our season, and glad I have both of those golfers back for next year to kind of be our senior leadership. Our senior class, definitely going to be missed. Two girls, Avery Carey and Gracie Walters, both a huge part of our team, great leaders, really played well this year, and I'll talk a little bit more about them in a minute. Our boys, Zane Kelly, Cody Stefka, and Hagen Andrasek, again, exceptional leaders for our golf program. Did a really good job of being positive leaders on the boys' side, coming to practice, working hard, and really leading us at our tournaments. As far as our awards go, I have 3 awards on both sides. We'll start with the girls. And our most improved golfer this year is going to be Avery Carey. Avery has put in a lot of work in our golf game. This year she finally broke 100 for the first time in a tournament, which was exciting for her, exciting for us on the girls golf team, and again was a big contribution to our golf team improving. She also, from her junior year to her senior year, she lowered her tournament scoring average 8 strokes. So that just shows the improvement that she made from her junior year to her senior year. Our most dedicated this year is going to go to Jolene Miharg. Jolene was also a tennis player, so she was always bouncing back and forth between tennis practice and golf practice. I don't think that there was ever a day that she missed a practice, even if she had to come out late and just hit some balls on the range. Extremely dedicated, extremely focused on improving her golf game, and that's going to show up in big ways next year in her senior season. Our MVP on the girls' side this year is going to go to Gracie Walters. Again, Gracie was really consistent, always in the top 5 to 10 golfers in every tournament we played in this year. Did a really good job of just being a solid scorer for our golf team. Improved her scoring average from last year 2 strokes, and was really starting to play well towards the end of the season. I believe she finished 4th in our last tournament and shot her best round for the year, which was an 88. So congratulations to those girls. Also, maybe an award that I'm more proud of, Avery and Gracie were both nominated to the Academic All-State golf team this year. Avery received 2nd team Academic All-State, and Gracie was named to the Honorable Mention Academic All-State team. So that just shows the work that they've put in on the golf course as well as in the classroom. So really proud of those 2 ladies for that. On the boys' side, our most improved golfer this year is going to go to Zane Kelly. Kind of like Avery, Zane really put in a lot of work with his golf game. He was making significant improvement towards the end of the season, and from last year, his junior season, to this year, he dropped his tournament scoring average 9 strokes. That's a huge jump. So it really just goes to show the amount of work that he put in on his golf game from last year to this year. So proud of him for that. Our most dedicated award is going to go to Cody Stefka. Again, just like Jolene, I don't think there was a single day that Cody missed practice. Was really making strides in his golf game. He dropped his scoring average from last year to this year 5 strokes, which is really not bad. You know, so again, that just goes to show the work that he's put in with his golf game, and showing up to practice, working hard, and really trying to take what I was giving him and make those improvements in his golf game. Our MVP on the boys' side is Hagen Andrasek. Hagen was our defending district champion. No doubt in my mind that he would have successfully defended his title this year had we gotten to play our district tournament. Hagen is extremely dedicated, extremely focused, hardworking, and shows all the attributes that a most valuable player should have. A great leader for our golf program. Like I said, no doubt in my mind that he would have been our district champion again this year, and Hagen's going to be extremely missed, but I wish him well as he heads off to SFA next year. Also, Hagen was named to the academic all-state team. He earned second team academic all-state honors, and again, just goes to show not only was he an MVP on the golf course, but he also put in the work in the classroom. So that wraps up our golf awards. Again, like I said, extremely disappointed that we did not get to finish our season. We were definitely heading towards winning a boys and girls district title, which, as far as I know, has not been done in Crandall in quite a while. So it's disappointing, but again, with our young golfers, our junior, senior, freshman class coming back next year, we're excited about what the future holds for our Pirates golf program. So congratulations to our award winners, and we'll see you guys on the course.
Hello Pirates, this is Coach Erie with your Crandall High School Baseball Awards for this past season. Before we got shut down for the break, we were 12-4 on the year, had just finished a big tournament in Franklin where we went 4-1, and we're played the consolation bracket for 3rd place. Obviously we didn't get a chance to complete district play, had a chance to make a run at a 3rd straight district championship and another deep run in the playoffs, but COVID-19 had other plans. I appreciate the opportunity to be your coach, and we played as many games as we possibly could through this, and I love and care about every single one of you. And so we did our best to come up with the awards that we had for the 16 games that we did get to play. So starting off with our team awards, our team MVP this year was sophomore John Jackson. So John showed up as a sophomore ready to play. He filled a big hole that we had created before our season started just for some other events that happened. But he showed up as a sophomore and he was not scared of anybody. He hit leadoff for most of the year, was over a 300 hitter, had an over 500 on base percentage, and was a cornerstone at 3rd base, fielded in the hot corner, and then he pitched a little bit too, and when he did that, he was pretty good at that as well. So John Jackson is your 2020 Crandall Pirate Team MVP for baseball. The second award is going to go to our Big Stick Award winner, and that is going to go to Blake Saharko, aka the Shark. Blake is a senior. He was 2nd on our team in hits. He was 1st on our team in doubles. He led the team in RBIs, and he also, this is one that he's proud of, he led the team in hit by pitches, because when you get hit by a pitch, you don't have duties for a week, because that's selfless act right there, and we appreciate that, Shark. Blake has been a huge part of our offense. He was the offensive MVP last year for our district. I have no doubts that he would have been up for that running again this year. He hit 3rd or 4th on our lineup pretty much every night, and he was a staple there. We're going to miss Blake. I wish him the best as he explores his opportunities at the next level. But your 2020 Crandall Pirate Big Stick Award goes to Blake Saharko. The Golden Glove Award is going to be one this year that there were 2 guys that really stood out to us as defensively how strong they were. The first one is
Adrian Sendo. He's a senior. Adrian has been a staple for the Pirates at shortstop for the past 2 years. And he continued a Sendo legacy at shortstop that started before that, so he's going to be greatly missed this next year at short. He had 2 errors in 39 attempts, and he also led the team in double plays with 2. And again, there was never a ball hit in his direction that I didn't think was going to be an out if I saw number 10 running out there to shortstop. So he's the first winner of the Golden Glove, and the second is a true freshman that showed up this year and wowed us from the beginning, and that's going to go to Pierce Geisler. In 54 attempts as our catcher, he only had 1 error, and that's impressive for a senior, much less a freshman. So the fact that he came in and took command of our pitching staff and was the stalwart behind the plate is a huge accomplishment to what that young man is. And I'm excited that he was winning this award, but I'm even more excited that he gets to be a Pirate for 3 more years, and he's going to run out of our dugout, and people are going to have to know that number, whatever number he wears next year, is going to be behind the plate, and they're going to have to think about what he's about to do. Our next award is going to be one that we're going to add this year, and it is going to be the Most Improved Award. And that award this season is going to go to Austin Cruz, who's a junior. Austin was on the varsity last year, but there were times the biggest improvements that he made this year was at the plate hitting. Austin raised his average to 353 with an on base of 476. And last year, if you watch the Pirates, Austin was a very strong defensive player for us, but he didn't hit a whole lot. And Austin came in this year as a junior, a lot stronger and a lot better handling the bat. And he was one that it became evident early on that it was going to be hard to keep Austin out of the lineup. The other thing that makes him deserving of this award is the fact that Austin could play anywhere. He pitched for us. He caught, and he played in the outfield, and he did all of them remarkably. And so having that versatility, knowing that he was going to offer us 2 or 3 hits in the lineup, made it stand out that he had grown so much from his sophomore year as a varsity player to his junior year as a varsity player. And again, I'm really glad that he's a Pirate for 1 more year, because I'm going to be happy to see number 5 run back out there again next season. So again, your Most Improved Award for this season goes to number 5, junior Austin Cruz. The last award is one that we've had for several years, and it's the Hustle Award. And this year it was clear that this particular recipient was more than deserving. And this year's 2020 Pirate Baseball Hustle Award is going to go to Gabe Cortez. Gabe is a senior that his season started out a little bit different than he anticipated, but it never once wavered him on what he was going to do. And Gabe embodies everything that it means to be a Pirate baseball player. Despite not being cleared to play yet, he was at every single practice. He traveled to every single game. He would keep the iPad. He would keep a chart. He would go chase foul balls. He would help coach the younger guys on what it looked like to play baseball at the varsity level. And despite not being in the lineup, Gabe was a profound impact on our team. And there's nobody that's more deserving of the way that he approached this, despite the adversity that he gives, because hustle is measured when you do face adversity, and Gabe faced the most this year, the most serious kind of adversity that he could, and he handled it with class. He never let his head drop, and he was the ultimate teammate through the challenges that he has. I know that he's going to be trying out for the Tarleton baseball team in the fall, and I have no doubts in my mind that he will give them something to think about and hopeful. I'm glad he was a Pirate for the 4 years that he was. So again, your 2020 Most Improved, or excuse me, your 2020 Hustle Award goes to Gabe Cortez. The last 4 awards have to do with our baseball players also being student athletes and understanding that baseball is a privilege after you take care of business in the classroom. And we had 4 players off of our team this year named to the Texas High School Coaches Academic All-State Team. The first one is senior Tommy Barrington was named to the 2nd team Academic All-State. The next one is senior Doyle Duplessis was honorable mention Academic All-State. Chase Garth was also named to the Academic All-State team, honorable mention. Blake Saharko was honorable mention Academic All-State. And the last one is Luke Spitzer was also named Academic All-State, honorable mention. Unfortunately, I wish I could stand up here and give you all the accolades that these guys are more than deserving of. But again, with the situation that we had and the season being shortened, our team awards is what we have, and I know that this team was going to continue the tradition of excellence that this team had started. So we're going to cherish what we had this season, and we're going to keep moving forward as Pirates. And I thank, again, each one of you for the opportunity to be your coach. And again, my heart goes out to the way that our season ended. in this pandemic. Love you guys, care about you, and hope to be back on the diamond soon.
Thank you all for joining us today, and congratulations to all of our athletes and coaches for another tremendous year in Crandall Athletics. It has been a year we will never forget, and the future is extremely bright for the Pirates. To the class of 2020, always remember the lessons you've learned from athletics that have prepared you for your future. This senior class has grit and resilience and is fully prepared to do great things in this world. Although your year was cut short, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of great adventure that awaits all of you. Our coaches wish you all the best as you embark on your next chapter. On a personal note, my family and I have had 6 wonderful years here in Crandall, and we will always have a special place in our hearts for the Pirates. There are great things ahead for Pirate Athletics. Embrace the opportunities ahead. Be the hardest working program you can possibly be. Continue to strive for excellence in all you do, and always take great pride in being a Crandall Pirate. Have a great summer, and best of luck in 2020.